Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at previewing empirical research articles. When you get a long article, a long academic article to read, many times it's kind of scary. It's long, there's lots and lots of text. So today we're going to take a look and see what we can do just to seem to make it a little bit more user-friendly. So first of all, when we take the text, the first thing that we want to do is to look for the title. Look at it. What does the title tell us? Look at the authors. Consider the source, the journal, the date. Read the abstract. We've talked about that. It's important to read the abstract and to understand everything. To look at the sections. How many sections are there? How is the author divided up the text? Take a look at the graphs or any other pictures or photos that might be in there, and also take a quick look at the references. What we're going to do now is take a look at the article that you're going to be reading this week. So we're going to end this show for a minute, and we're going to take a look at an academic article. So if we look here, and we said one of the first things that we wanted to do was to look at the title. Now, if we look at the title of an academic text, it usually has two parts. So if we look here at the first part, motor vehicle collision risk and driving under the influence of cannabis. And then we have this colon, nikudatain. And then we have a second part, evidence from adolescents in Atlantic Canada. So this is our main topic, and this gives us an extra information that's a little bit more specific. The next thing we want to do is look and find our authors. And here we have three authors. 1, 2, 3. And here that little star, that means that there's going to be information probably at the bottom here, if we scroll down, that tells us something about the author. And here we've got contact information for the author. Now, if we look at the author, we have Mark Asbridge, Christine Poulin, and Andrea Donato. And we have to say, what order are they in? Well, it might look like it's alphabetical, but it isn't, because we've got A, P, and then we go back to D. What we know is that the main author is Mark, and then the others decide on the order that they want. The next thing we want to do is take a look and say, okay, where did it come from? And at the top we've got this, Elsevier, and here we've got accident analysis and prevention, and we say, and Elsevier. What is it? What's the name of the journal? Well, if we look here, we see accident analysis and prevention, and then we see here, accident analysis and prevention. And we're always going to have the name of the journal at the top of the page. So let's go on and see if we're right. Is it really accident? It's up here. We've got Asbridge is our author, accident analysis, prevention. So we know for sure that that's our source. Now we take a look at the source and we say, this is the name, this is our journal, this is the volume number, what kerach it's in, the year of publication, 2005, and the pages in the journal that we can find the article, 10,000 and 1,225 to 1,034. Sorry. And the next thing that we have to look at is our abstract. And we can say here that the abstract's organized in a slightly different way. It's got its objective, methods, results, and conclusions. Just like objective is our introduction. Our methods, results, and conclusions. So it already shows us how the article is organized, and it gives us a summary of the article. So now we want to scroll down and we see, we've got our introduction, and then we've got paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, and our methods, and then we see subtitles, methods 2.1 setting, 2.2 participants, and so on. And we scroll down and we see, table 1, characteristics of senior high school students in Atlantic provinces. So this is going to give us some kind of information. And so it's worth taking a minute and taking a quick look at it. Okay, and now we've got our results. And again, tables with statistics. Always good to take a look at them because they summarize and it's often easier to understand them. We've got our discussion. And we continue going on, and here we've got our references. So basically we can see that we've got quite a few references, and we know that there's the relationship between what's in the article and the references. They did a lot of work, and of course if we're doing our own research we can always go back and try and find something here. So now let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. We have a few more slides to look at. And the next thing we want to look at are citations. Citations are those references to all the different references, the articles or books, and they appear in the body of the text. This red here, we have something that it tells us that this information comes from here. And here we can see that there are 3 sources for this information. Bearness, 2003, the National Cancer Institute of Canada, Scalan et al. All of these give us the information. And again, here we have information. This is our source of information. This is where the authors got their information. And we have to pay attention to it. They're telling us this is not our information, it's information we got from somebody else. So if we look at a citation, we want to look and see what's in them. So first of all, it starts with Bearness. That's the name of our author, the first author. And then we have et al. Et al. Means everyone else, all the other authors of the article, because otherwise we'd have a long list of authors, and this makes it shorter. And then we have 2003, the year of publication. It's sort of a short reference. Sometimes we don't have an author of a document. Sometimes documents that come out of the government or big institutes doesn't have a specific author. So in that case, they write the name of the institution and again the year of publication. And finally, just a quick review of references. We know that that's all the bibliographic information on the texts. And again, just to remember, it always starts with our authors, our date of publication, the title of the article, and again, the journal or the book information. So now you're ready to go and be able to preview a text and get some information about it very quickly before you read the whole thing.